25 weeks actually, and I'm just so excited. We're going to only have 15 weeks to go soon, and I just can't believe how fast this pregnancy is actually going. So I'm going to try and do this video very quick because I'm actually seen in the sun and it is killing me. It is so hot. The last week we have had like the best weather, but when you're pregnant it's like the worst weather, and we're not even actually in full summer yet, so it's going to be such a hot and tiring summer. I last week actually got a little bit of sunstroke. I felt absolutely terrible. We had to get the baby checked just to make sure he was doing alright. I was like sick, like throwing up. All I wanted to do was sleep, and I got incredibly sunburnt. So that's my fault. I should have known better, and I have learned my lesson. And just like the last few days, it's just trying to escape the heat. Like when no one's looking, I'm like lifting up my top and walking around kind of with my stomach out and just trying to find cool places on the other side of the house, like outside. And it's just, yeah, it's gonna be an incredibly fun summer, and I say that with a lot of sarcasm. As well as a little bit of heat stroke that I got, I've also been very sick. I don't know if you can hear it in my throat, but I got my chest infection back again, so that was heaps of fun. I just got so run down. As you can see, this little friend on my face, I just got really run down, really tired, really like heavy feeling, like walking up the steps in our house and everything like that. My legs were just shaky. Temperatures, headaches, sore throat, sore eyes, all that. Luckily it hasn't lasted as long as it did when I had it over the period of us moving and all of that, and it is starting to wear off again, thank goodness, because I was like, I'm not doing that again. But I think it's something that will come and go during this pregnancy. I kind of feel like maybe I'm low on something and I need to go and get that checked out, but I think it's just something that I'm going to have to deal with this pregnancy, and it is kind of going to linger, and when I get myself too run down or anything like that, it's going to show up. So I really need to look after myself at the moment. This week we've had a few things happen with the baby. The first thing was we did have our cardiac test, the scan that I told you guys about. Well, that was an absolute fail. We went in, Bubby had his hand up over his chest, and I was there for an hour jumping around, like trying to move him. He didn't want to move. An hour later, she's like, I give up. They saw little bits of his chest, but she can't give a full 100% tick it off. But she says she's pretty pleased with what she has seen, and there is no reason for me to be worried. What they have seen at this scan and the anatomy scan, it looks fine. She said I could have another scan next week if I wished, but I've got a scan booked on the 30th, no, sorry, on my 30th week, like when I'm 30 weeks pregnant, we've got another scan booked for the growth. So she says she'll just check it then, but honestly, we aren't too worried, and I kind of feel like I've had enough scans for now, and yeah, I just didn't feel like I needed another one. So we were happy to leave it at that, but we got to see him kind of briefly. I have got a picture of his foot somewhere, and that's on the fridge. I forgot to grab it, but it's just like his foot, I guess. She kind of did show us his profile and everything, but because he's getting bigger, longer, fatter, you can't really see too much. As she said, with every scan we have, we'll actually be able to see less and less because they fill up the screen a lot more. You can't just see the whole kind of baby line there. But it was really good to see him. It was good to see his little heart beating, and he seems happy and healthy for now, and hopefully for ever. And then the other thing is I had a little bit of spotting though, and I talked to my midwife about it again. She wanted me to go to my doctor and get some swabs done to make sure I don't have any infection happening. So we went to the doctor yesterday. She did a thorough test of the baby again and did some swabs. So I will get those back in a few days' time. But everything else checked out good. She actually did, because she was doing the swab, she did do an internal. And she said everything looks perfect. She can't see any proof that my waters would be leaking, or that my cervix looks nice and closed and all that. So generally after this week, after doctor's visits and scans and that, everything for us is looking perfectly good for me and baby. I did get a ring this morning though, and my midwife has booked me in to see My surgeon, which I knew was coming, like I was meant to anyway, I see him next Thursday. And if there's too much to update you guys on after that, I will do an extra video because I won't be doing a video till I'm 26 weeks. But I will do a video on that if there's much to report, because I'm not sure, but from what I think, they're going to talk about how I'm doing, how I plan to have this baby, when I plan to have this baby. Generally, I'd love a natural birth and to be left to do that on my own. But just with everything that's happening, I am starting to feel the adhesion pains, like the pulling. When he kicks sometimes, it's quite sore, certain positions. It's just, I kind of expected it. I knew it was going to happen, but it is all starting to show its face a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what he says. I don't know. The midwife didn't mention that I could be asked if I want to have cesarean, if I want to be knocked out and have the hysterectomy and all that kind of stuff. So me and Jonah are going to start talking about that just in case he asks about it. I don't know how I feel. We've kind of discussed it previously because I thought this might happen. And the reason I was going to have a hysterectomy in the first place was because of the pain. I couldn't deal with the pain. I was told I couldn't have more kids. I just didn't see the reason keeping it all in there caused me pain if I couldn't have kids anyway. Now that that side of things has fixed itself, I'm a little bit on the fence. I'm not sure how I feel hysterectomy wise. This probably is our last baby though, but yeah, it's a big decision to make. And I do think maybe I should hold off the hysterectomy side of things, have the baby and see how I go pain wise without being pregnant. But in saying that, if he suggests I have a cesarean after everything that I've been through, then I should really consider the operation, because it's one operation all in one instead of having the cesarean and then finding them in a lot of pain and going back to surgery for the hysterectomy. Then there's the whole, if I have a hysterectomy, will I be under general, which means I don't get to see my baby straight away, and I don't know if I can cope with that. That's going around in my head. But then a cesarean, being awake, I've got a lot of anxiety about surgery, and I'd rather be knocked out instead of awake lying there. I don't know. I'm really in like 8 different minds about how I want this delivery to go and what I want and all that type of thing. Generally, if I can do it myself, if he says to me, no, everything's safe, you can have a natural birth, we'll just leave it to you, then I will have a natural birth, do it all on my own, and then deal with the surgical side of things later on if need be. So I will update you guys on that once I see him. Just before I go, because I'm just roasting in the sun, there are 2 quick things I want to tell you guys about. Number 1, am I revealing his name? No, I'm not revealing his name. Oh, I just knocked the camera. We don't want to reveal his name because we're not sure if this is 100% his name. We think that we've got his name, and it took us a long time to get to this name, but we just don't want to reveal it, only because we just, until we see him, he is not named. But kind of when we talk about him, we do use a name, and that's so then we can see if we really do like it and if it suits, and so far we love it. But I don't even want to mention what we think we might call him, because I just don't want people with their opinions, to be honest. More so in our private life, like just family and friends in our everyday life. You know, everyone's got an opinion, and if someone says to me, oh, I don't like that, it's gonna put me off. And it's just the one name that we're really loving at the moment. So we think we have named him, but no, we will not be revealing his name until he is born. And the second thing is Nursery Tour. We will not be doing Nursery Tour because we will not be having a nursery. So we live in a 3-bedroom house. We're in one, the boys are in the other, and my brother is living with us currently at the moment. So the baby does not have a nursery. I keep the baby with me for about a year anyway. It's what I've done with both the boys, and it's what I'll be doing with this baby. That's what I plan on anyway. He doesn't have a nursery, but I will be doing a video on how I lay things out and how I've organised, because he does have his space in our room and that kind of thing. If you go back to my last update, my 22-week update, I'm sitting in front of a set of drawers and the boxes behind me. that set of drawers is my drawers, but the boxes are kind of being set for the baby. They've got things like, I think there's 3 boxes, and they're all going to be set as like feeding and changing boxes. So one will be in the room, one will be in the lounge, and we'll just have everything I need. So then no matter what room I'm feeding and changing him in, I've kind of got a box of stuff. But I will, yeah, once I have Bubby sorted and I have everything organised, it might be even closer to when he's due, I will do a big video on showing you guys how I got ready for the baby and how we are prepared. Anyway guys, that is all for today because I am sweating. I am so hot. But I will definitely do a quick video next week. Will probably be up next Friday, and I will let you guys all know how my appointment with my surgeon went, and then I will see you guys in my 26-week update. Bye.